Hello Scorpio, Maryann here from Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you wherever you are in the world when you're watching? A huge shout out to you, Scorpio. This is your taroscope for the month of July. It is for your sun sign, rising or moon. And it is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. If it does, by all means, claim it. If not, move on and come back later. A lot of my viewers do that. They come back later on in the month, and it sort of makes a bit more sense. This is, while it will pick up on past and present situations, it is by and large predictive to the time that you're in. So the decks that I'm using the Cosmic Tarot, I'm using the Thoth deck, and also my Revealing Light Oracle, which details of which you can find on my website. Okay, let's get started, Scorpio, for the month of July. I was going to take a sip of my tea, but it's all gone. There you go. Okay, so Scorpio. All right, let's take a look at your energies for the month of. I'll just make some room here. Your energies for the month of. Actually, I'll put my water bottle. For the month of July. Okay, Scorpio, let's get started. Scorpio, what's coming up, Scorpio? Wow, so straight away I'm getting that Six of Cups type of feeling, something about looking back at the past. It's not with sadness, though. You're not looking back with sadness, you're actually looking back with happiness, and that can actually be incredibly healing, Scorpio, because Scorpio will tend to keep things, I'm just going to say, bottled away. You tend not to speak to others about the issues or problems that you're having. And the past has been, you're a deep thinker. You do those deep Plutonian and Mars, I guess, action as well, deep dives. And I think you're putting to bed something from the past. It's like, I feel like you've kind of said enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm done with the unhappiness. It's time for living. And you're going to try and, I think, move toward changing the way you think. And instead of looking at the past with sadness, trying to look at the past with remembering the happiness. So it takes a lot of courage to get to that point, to get to the point where memories you don't necessarily go to the sad memories, you actually go to the happy memories. And there's a lot of healing in that, Scorpio, and I think you're starting to kind of catch on to that in July. It's like a light bulb moment kind of goes off, and you go, I just have to let go of the unhappiness and the grief of the past and move into thinking about remembering the past in that really joyous way. All right, so because that way you're starting to allow joy back into your heart, Scorpio, and you are the sign of transformation. Transformation will occur. All right, Scorpio, some messages, please, from Spirit for Scorpio. So we have here unconditional, the simplicity of loving connection. Of course, we can't allow that love in until we free up our heart to receive joy. And this is around unconditional love. So the love that comes along, it doesn't want anything. It doesn't have any agendas. It is just what it is. And we have the essence, remembering who you are. Wow, this is beautiful stuff here. This is Cancerian, Pisces, and Neptunian energy. This is around creating a new formwork, a new shape, for your expression of love. That's powerful stuff. And we get Pluto here, finding the spark of divinity in ourselves and others. Finding the spark of divinity in ourselves and others. In some way in July, Scorpio, you're coming back into yourself. And we get, now we've got Pluto and Mars energy here, we get Mars energy, there is always more than one option. And so you've been blinkered into thinking, I can only do things a certain way. I can only expect things to happen in a certain way. I can only expect more of the same patterns to repeat. But I think in July you're going to find just how much control you have. And I wouldn't be surprised to see the Emperor card come up for you today, which is around wisdom and control. Having control having control over your happiness. I read something today. I just saw Spirit quite close to me around death and the Hermit card in the tarot signify when we want to retain some sort of control. Death, you bring something to a close, and the Hermit, you go into introspection mode, which I think Scorpio is very good at doing. But let's pull for some general conditions in July. I didn't expect to do such a deep dive for you, Scorpio, but hey, you're the master mistress of deep dives. That's your middle name. Scorpio Deep Dive. Okay. All right. What's coming up for Scorpio in July 2023? What's coming up for Scorpio in July 2023? Yeah, it's around heart matters and finding peace. So we get the Six of Wands as the first card out. Victory. You could have experienced some sort of victory in the past, or you're going to experience victory. We get the Three of Pentacles. You could be this is working with others. 6 and 3, very healing numbers, particularly if they are in your birth date as well. This is Jupiter energy and Mars energy. So expansion. There's going to be an expansion of some sort in July. It could be around your work. It could be around your being approached for something to do with your skill set. They want that ideal skill set. This could be victory over stagnation and taking steps to realign yourselves with others, just to pull yourself out of that rut that you've been in, because I think it is a rut that you've been in. Now, at the base of the reading, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is prudence. Again, this is around your work. It's around your skill set. I'm seeing somebody wants your skill set. Now, if you're not in the workforce, A-okay, right? This can be around your work. It can be around your family demands. It can be people wanting more of you and seeking you out in July. In the past, we have the Lovers card. That's in the past, though. So this is relationships that I'm picking up on. And it's your connection with others that may have been severed, but you're bringing it back into alignment in July. Now we had this movement. Knight of Wands is crowning this reading. There's absolute movement. Travel. Some of you, if you're thinking about relocating, you might see that ideal house. You might make moves to go and have a look at a new location. There's movement crowning this reading. Now we have the Tower, which is, I'm not surprised, again, the Tower coming up for you. There's you need not think of the Tower as being something diabolical at all. The Tower can be a restructure of your life. It's like a divine event occurs, and again, this could be to do with your work, or could be to do with, somebody says, hey, come and go on this trip, and you go on the trip and you go, I don't want to go back to my old life, so I'm going to change it. It talks about change, whether it's good or whether it's, it shakes things up. That is the bottom line for the Tower. It shakes things up. Now we have the Knight of Pentacles. And that is things moving along consistently. That's in the here and now. You're in your comfort zone. The environment around is the Five of Wands, though. So there's something in your environment that is unsettling you. This can be competitiveness. It can be disruptive family patterns. You could be arguing more with people. But it's disrupting your equilibrium, and you don't like that. So we have in the hopes and fears the Devil card. What do you fear? You fear fear itself even. There's something that you're attached to that you need to break away from, Scorpio. What's the outcome here? So we get the Strength card in the Thoth deck. It's all around vitality. And being able to withstand whatever is thrown at you. Yeah, your strength in July is the Chariot card is just coming into fruition. So there's movement all around here to do with your strength. What two major arcanas and the Ace of Swords, the New Start. Oh my goodness me, what a great set of cards you have in the outcome, Scorpio. Crowning this reading is the Knight of Wands. So there's movement forward, particularly here with your passions and what motivates you. You get strength. You're going to see just how strong you are. And we get the Chariot card, movement again. Something new with this Ace of Swords is coming on the horizon to you. And it's very much mirrored the first part of this reading. And we get the Nine of Wands. We get strength in the Thoth deck and boundaries and saying no. And then we get the Page of Wands, and then we get the Knight of Wands coming through here. So now you have the Page and the Knight and the Queen of Pentacles. And finally, a lot of major arcana here. New starts, which will bring you more happiness, more joy. So you could have been wanting to change things up. You could have been stagnating. You could have been unhappy. But you've been doing a lot of introspection and getting back in touch with this Prince of Wands, which is actually the Page of Wands, but whatever. Prince of Wands is again riding a chariot. So there's movement forward with what motivates you and what you're passionate about. I'm going to do a little clarification on these outcome cards. So we have strength, we've got chariot, and then we've got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords brings forward communication, clarity, and all aces bring a new start. You could be called upon to mediate. You could be called upon to write something. You could be called upon to speak about something. You could take a new job that has all of those things. You could come to a decision. Finally come to a decision. Wheel of Fortune. It's fortunate for sure. Come to a decision about something you've been toying with for a while now, and finally you say, right, that's it, I've decided. Show me the Strength card, please. Show me the Strength card. We have the Two of Wands, something happening, something coming to fruition in time. 2 weeks, 2 days. There's a time period here. It is the end. It will mark the ending of a cycle for you. The unhappiness, the Five of Cups, the regret and loss in the past. Right, this is a new cycle. I'm afraid. I'm glad for you. And we get the Eight of Pentacles again being called upon to do with your work. And this is how you. For, whether your work is in the community or it's in volunteering or it's with your family or if it's actually paid work. This is, Scorpio, where you feel most comfortable. It's not really being isolated from people. It's about being connected, and hence that connection, divine connection to others, Pluto. Scorpio, Prince of Wands, again, double validation. Now we have real movement over the Chariot card, which is what I was just about to ask. There's just so much movement in July here. For anyone who actually literally physically moves, let me know in the comments section. For anyone that gets something new that reignites their passions, whatever that may be, let me know, because there is just so much movement here. Right, the Ace of Swords. What's the Ace of Swords here for? The Ace of Swords. So we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, you have been, let's just say, confused about a lot of things. You could have been gaslighted. Another spirit is here. You could have been gaslighted. Thank you, Spirit. You may have been deceived in some way, or you could be deceiving yourself. Whatever that is, with the Ace of Swords turning up here, you've got new clarity. Base of the pack, Knight of Swords. It's like you're finally facing the truth in some way and saying, right, enough is enough. And that's where that Emperor card is. The Eight of Cups, walking away from what no longer serves you. The Lovers could be around also close relationships and putting boundaries up, doing more of your thing. And yeah, so I think, yeah, the Nine of Wands, strength. You returning to your strength, and I'm really happy about that, Scorpio. That's where I think the Emperor comes in, that Emperor energy that I'm picking up on. It's about regaining control of your life. Isn't that what we always want? Well, you start to see, if not it occur in July, glimmers of it. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'm just reminded of the energy around us all the time. And yeah, I see someone standing behind me. Somebody helpful, a guide. This elderly man I keep seeing a lot of, but they're here to help, and they help me channel the messages for you. So a bit of a profound reading, but I'm glad I did it for you, Scorpio. Bye for now.